Hey guys, I'm sitting in my new office over here. Do you like it? And I actually just finished filming a little commentary for our last video. So if you missed it, make sure you go back and watch it. It's kind of fun. It's like Julie in the future talking back to Julie in the past. So I did a little update video back in the day, like about 7 months ago. And I still felt like a lot of the information was relevant. So we posted it. Make sure you go back and watch it. Today's video is going to be like an updated update. And it's going to be what happened in the last like 7 to 8 months. And even this updated video was filmed about 2 months ago at this point. Eek, I'm so sorry. So it's going to be a little bit like, you know, catching up. Like it's 2 months into the future since the filming of this video that you're about to see, if that makes sense. But a lot has happened, so stay tuned. And I'll try to keep these updates going and keep you in the loop with what's happening. But in the meantime, I really missed you guys. It's so good to be back. I know I've been gone for so long. It's been crickets, so silent on this channel, but I'm glad to be back. I hope that you really just stay tuned for what's to come out next and give me grace. I feel like this video that you're about to see, it's really truthful and honest, sometimes a little bit raw, and maybe some scenes might be a little bit hard to see or like triggering or things like that. So that's just the warning, but it is true life. It's kind of like what has been happening to us and why we've been so silent. Nothing all that bad, pretty much good, but still, you know, it's life and there's a lot of ups and downs. And so I hope that you are ready for the ride. This is kind of like our journey and what we've not been telling you and, you know, just kind of like what's to come. So I hope that you enjoy it. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the video. Well, it's been a minute. It's been about 6 months since I've last talked to you guys. So if you want to know what's been going on, then keep on watching. What's up, universe? It's Julie, your chef BFF, and today I'm back with a vlog because it's been about 6 long months since I've last posted, maybe longer. And there's good reason. I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh, I like cannot believe it. So it all happened right around my 40th birthday. And yes, it seems insane that I am pregnant when I am 40. I never in my wildest dreams thought that that would happen. But I am so thankful because something that you didn't know that I didn't share publicly was that we actually had a miscarriage in between Lincoln and this baby. And it actually happened during the pandemic. So it was very lonely. It was a hard time. There was a moment where I took a break from social media and YouTube before, and it was because it was during that time. I wasn't ready to share it at the moment, but I always knew that I would one day. And I know that it could be triggering to some people to hear about miscarriage and infertility and that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to let you know that I feel for you because I've been through all of those emotions as well. And it was a long road to get to this point because Lincoln is now 5 years old. He's heading into kindergarten and now we are just pregnant with our child. Talking briefly about the miscarriage, it was hard because, you know, we went through the same emotions of finally being pregnant after several years. And we thought that it was it. This is how many times? This is our second for pregnancy test that we're checking together. The first time around was a negative when I thought I was pregnant. And I took another test maybe 1 or 2 times after that by myself. So there's a good chance it's negative and this is a big buildup for it to be negative, but we just figured it was still worth recording. Because it's been a journey. We're in the midst of moving right now, and I guess that's the irony of it. So, you wanna turn it around? 3, 2, 1.
Is that true? Is that true? I'm speechless.
You didn't expect that?
I was hoping for it.
Did you think it was this time around?
I mean, I was hoping, but I don't want to be too hopeful. Thank you, Jesus.
But then, we were celebrating, and then I ended up having to go to the ER and having to stay there for a little bit as they did all the tests and everything to confirm that I had a miscarriage. I was there alone because it was during the height of the pandemic. Joe couldn't even walk into the ER waiting room with me, so I had to walk in by myself, tell them I think I was having a miscarriage, and then I was there in the ER for hours before they even told me what was going on, before I could take any tests. So with every blessing, there's often sometimes, sadness surrounding it too. And it took a while to get over it. But we always knew that there was reasoning and timing behind everything.
Today is a sad part of our story. I just came out of the ER and I found out that I have a threatened miscarriage. So most likely a miscarriage or an ectopic pregnancy. There's like a slim chance that it's still viable, but not really. So feeling sad, but I felt like I still wanted to record this day and this part of our journey because we recorded how excited we were when we found out that we were pregnant. So I am pregnant still, like it's still in my blood, but they didn't see anything in the ultrasound, and I would have been about 8 weeks pregnant. I'm tired from pretty much being in the ER. I was at the OB, then the ER, and then the pharmacy, and then finally back home, and now it's like 5 o'clock. So this is not what I planned for today. This is not what I had in mind for today. This is not what I expected. It's sad news. I still feel pregnant. I still am bleeding, and I have another appointment at the OB in like 2 days just to kind of like check up and follow up. But yeah, this is a really emotional, sad time, but at the same time, Joe and I are in that same boat where we just feel like we're surrendering, sad but surrendering, like sad but at peace.
And so we were hopeful, but then a few more years passed by. So again, 5 years in between and no baby, and I'm only getting older. So I just thought maybe it's not going to happen for us. Right when we were about to give up, I knew I was about to turn 40th. It was like around Christmas time, and I just felt like I was pregnant, but I wasn't sure. And I feel like I'm always pregnant, especially when you're trying. Every month when you're waiting for the results, you always feel like you're pregnant, like you have all these symptoms that are similar to it, especially if you experienced it before, which I have. And I wasn't sure, but then I was about to go on a birthday trip to Austin for my 40th birthday with a bunch of girlfriends. And by the way, I did take the time to film a lot of it, but I got so sick afterwards, I couldn't edit it. So if you want to see that lost footage in the archives of our Austin trip and what we did, ate, drank, saw, and I think it's a really good adventure. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see it, and I'll get that together for you and jump back into the archives for that. But it was a really great time. It was my first girlfriend's trip away from Joe, away from Lincoln, and I was so excited that these women took time out of their lives. Most of them are moms themselves, so they had to like take a break from their lives and their work and take the trip with me. But it was so much fun. It was so blessing in my heart. It was exactly what I wanted for my 40th. But before I went, I felt like I needed to make sure that if I was pregnant or not. So I took the test. It was really ironic because the night before I took the test, I had this long, like weepy talk with Joe. Like, I can't stand it anymore. Like taking tests month after month and then always seeing the negative, or, thinking that I'm pregnant for so long and then waiting to take the test because the tests are not that cheap. So I was being kind of cheap and I didn't want to keep taking tests. So then sometimes I would wait for like a week or 2 weeks and stuff, and then it's like torture while you're waiting. And Joe's like, stop torturing yourself every month. I didn't know you were going through such trauma like every month, trying to figure out if you're pregnant or not. So the moment you feel like you have symptoms, just go ahead and take a test. I was like, all right. So the next day at 5 a.m. I woke up because I had to go to the bathroom, and you have to use your morning pee to like really see if you're pregnant or not. It has like the best results. So I was like, it's 5 in the morning, I'm barely up, but I'm gonna just take it anyway. And you guys, I like took a little footage of myself, and I was in complete disbelief. I couldn't even react. And so I decided to wake Joe up. He was completely groggy and really not expecting that. And then he had the same reaction of like total disbelief, not really knowing what he was looking at. And we just sat there completely stunned, unable to really talk to each other or celebrate or anything.
Okay. Is this for real?
I don't know how to react.
I'm shocked.
And you can see the line is not as strong. It's pretty faint. So it's already starting to fade a little. Because I've been in shock in the bathroom by myself for like 5 minutes already. Look at both of us. We're like such a mess right now. I'll be honest, Joe. Like, as soon as I peed on it and I was like going to put the cap on, I already saw a line forming. And I was like, oh, so I just put it down right away because I didn't want to like look at it. And then it says, you need to read the results between 2 and 10 minutes. So then I timed it for 2 and I saw the line and I can't believe it. I didn't even like react, honestly. If you see my video, I don't even have a reaction whatsoever on my face.
I don't have a reaction because I feel like
it's not real.
Yeah, like this is no.
This is like a fake pregnancy test.
Gotta.
It's a false positive. You know what's really weird too? So you guys, like, this is a week, almost a week to the day of my 40th birthday. I'm also supposed to go to Austin, Texas for my 40th birthday party. So, you know, we've recorded these kinds of reactions in the past, and it ended up being like, I ended up having a miscarriage the first time around after we cried. And so I think that's why this time around we're not reacting, because I think we're thinking it's weird and it's too good to be true and we're not sure.
I feel like this, like, nah, this is not it.
I don't know how I feel.
I don't know how I feel either.
I also simultaneously feel cramp right here. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna pass out now that I'm kind of like thinking about it. But we didn't smile, we didn't cry, we didn't do anything. We just like...
Yeah, because I can't think that it's actually true. I don't know why. Like
it's not real yet. And if this is not real, like this is a false positive, it's still good to document these moments because this is real life. And this is like a real struggle, people who are going through this. You can't even say congratulations to each other. We didn't even hug. We're like, I don't know. It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real.
But we prayed together and we were just really grateful. And then it felt like too good to be true, especially because we just went through this before. You know, we ended up just embracing it, and I went to Austin. I didn't even have a chance to really go to the doctors to confirm it before then, but I knew I had to tell my friends as like one of the first people I tell, because we're gonna be like drinking and going out and doing all these things, and I was already feeling like the pregnancy symptoms, like a little bit of nausea, a little bit of fatigue, so I just wanted to let them know. And you guys, it was so cute. It was our first day there, and I just asked my friend Audrey to help me in with the secret, so I told her first. And we completely tricked them into doing something random and trying to film their reaction. Audrey is going to be my little filmer. So I just wanted to say thank you guys. Like, I don't know, being like very official and stuff, but thank you for taking like a break on your lives to come here and celebrate with me. It really means so much to me, like more than words can say. So I just wanted to say like a little thank you. So I just got you like a little like thingies, thingy-majiggies.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thank you also for buying the wine and everything like that, but unfortunately I won't be able to drink it because I'm pregnant. I really wanted to show you guys are the first people to know. Yeah. So it was like really hard to hold it in. After that, I think it became a little bit more real, but I couldn't wait till I got back to go to the doctors and confirm everything. Little did I know that upon my return, literally that same week that I came home, I started feeling a bit of pain in the back of my ear. So I was like, what is that? That's weird. Maybe I wore my mask too long because being on the plane and everything, but it started to be amplified. And that was pretty much it, except for, I remember we went to like a kindergarten open house for Lincoln, and I felt like my lip being a little bit numb here. So I was like, that's really strange. I don't know why. And then I kind of felt like it was drooping, but I'm like, I don't know. I'd never had anything like that before. So I kind of like shook it off, took some Tylenol, went to sleep. But then in the middle of the night, I did feel the pain. So I took more Tylenol, went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, I was so shocked to see half of my face, my right side of my face had fallen down. And it was like down here, my eye was drooping, my mouth was drooping, everything was sagging, like the muscles were weakened. And I was so shocked to see myself that way that I couldn't control my smile or blink or like anything. I immediately woke Joe up and I was like, I have to go to the urgent care. I went to urgent care and they immediately took my blood pressure, and they freaked out because my blood pressure was off the roof. It was skyrocketing, like 200 something over 100 something. That's really bad hypertension because a normal blood pressure is about like 120 over 80. And I never had that before. Never while I was pregnant with Lincoln, never even in my checkups before this time. So I don't have a history of hypertension. And they put 2 and 2 together. They're like, you need to go to the ER right now. I'm at urgent care right now because I suddenly developed what they think is Bell's palsy, which is that the half of my face is numb, and I'm like teary-eyed. I have a pain behind my ear and my neck. And it's like my mouth is full of Novocaine, and this whole half of my face is like numb. So I'm in urgent care because the OB told me to go. So that's kind of scary news, but the good news is that I also received my lab results and my progesterone levels went up and my HC levels are good. So basically they said for the first time ever since they've diagnosed me, or for my lab work, they said that it was excellent. So Joe's here because simultaneously I lost my license. When it rains, it pours. So I came back from Austin and I think I left it through security. So you know how it is, can't drive and barely can really see also because my eye is so watery. And we had Lincoln with us, so Joe took me to the ER and I was there again alone because it's still pandemic time. A few hours go by and like they're not telling me anything and they're just like freaking out. All the doctors are running around and they were just like, oh my gosh, we think that she's stroking out. So I actually ended up having to stay there for about 3 or 4 days, I forget now. But I will talk about that in another video because I'll kind of talk more about my Bell's palsy journey because that's exactly what I had. I wasn't having a stroke, so don't worry guys, but it ended up being a very long journey plus hypertension / blood pressure. So I had these 2 medical emergency problems all of a sudden, especially while I was pregnant and when I turned 40. So I'm like, wow, it really, people do say that when you turn 40, like everything just explodes and like falls apart. And it kind of happened for me. I was like, this is nuts. So I'll talk about that in another video. But for now, I'll say the baby was okay. So I was so thankful for that. And this was my first confirmation at the doctor / hospital that the baby was okay. I got to see an ultrasound at very little baby. It was like 5 weeks and 6 days at this time. So it was very early on, but they were able to see the little flicker and it was in the uterus. And I was so thankful for that. Stay tuned for update video talking more about the Bell's palsy because I took some video clips at the hospital and I can kind of show you the progress of what I went through. But that's one of the reasons why I wasn't on camera for so long too. I just was dealing with a lot of the actual health problems and side effects, but I also didn't want to be on camera. I didn't feel good about myself with my face falling, and I wasn't sure what the results would be, so I just wasn't in the mood. Besides that, after I got back home, I was completely nauseous to the max, like so much nausea that I've never experienced this before with Lincoln. I had nausea, and unfortunately I had nausea with Lincoln up until 20 weeks, which is abnormal too, or like it's not as usual. Usually you get over it after the first trimester, but with him it lasted for a while, but it wasn't like this. This one was like debilitating. I was completely an amoeba on the couch. I couldn't even get up, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't move, I barely could eat anything. I could fortunately drink water and liquids and eat certain foods, but I was pretty much averse to everything. The only things I could handle were like little pieces of bread or some rice or some like very carby things, which is why I think I ended up developing gestational diabetes. Man, it's like if everything could go wrong in this pregnancy, it kind of did. I mean, thankfully, like I said, the baby's okay throughout the whole time. The baby is a fighter. So I was just like, okay, like as long as the baby's okay, I think I can handle this because this is a miracle rainbow baby that we have. So I was just completely thankful. But I currently have gestational diabetes, and that was like another hoop to jump through. And that was more things I had to figure out. Like I had to completely change my diet. So I can talk about that in more detail in another video as well, if you'd like. And I'm not really sure like which direction I want to go. A lot of people encouraged me to maybe even start making videos and recipes based off of like my new gestational diabetes diet because it could help other people. And I think that's a great idea. I just didn't know how I felt about it because I was still learning, I was still adjusting, I was still not enjoying it because you know me, I'm a foodie. I love food and I was excited to get over the nausea hump so that I could start enjoying food. But as soon as I got over the nausea, I had to limit my diet. So it was just very like emotionally sad for me. But yeah, I'm definitely getting more used to it now. And I am currently at 25 weeks. So let me show you. This is my bump. Around 12 weeks, we did a genetic screening test. And a lot of times you do that, especially when you are 40. Like I'm like geriatric age. It's not, forget advanced maternal age. This is called geriatric age when you're 40 plus and you're pregnant. And they have to take a lot more precautions. That's why I took my gestational diabetes test so early on. Usually you take it around the 20-something mark, but I took it on early. I knew the gender of the baby at 12 weeks, so we are gonna post that next. You probably can't wait for that. So we did a little gender reveal balloon pop at 12 weeks, and we know the gender, so we'll share that with you in the next video. And for now, I'll show you some clips of like how it was when we were talking to our families and telling them that we were pregnant. It's funny because my parents are on the East Coast, so we knew we couldn't see them in person. We decided to tell Joe's parents who are here and my parents at the same time, but do it while they're FaceTiming each other. So it was kind of weird, and I think they weren't as emotionally free to express themselves because it was like weird, like staring at each other. We're trying to tell them in our broken Korean like what was going on, and yeah, but it was still cute.
임신했어? 그래서 그렇게?
그래서 얼만큼 된 건데?
지금 아직도 너무 early야. 한 6 weeks?
조심해야 되네 지금 또.
그렇지 않아도 얘가 혹시 그렇지 않나?
And we were able to tell like, you know, our siblings.
We're pregnant.
And some of our close friends, and then
What the? No! Come on!
I was totally going to ask you that because I looked it up and one of them is pregnancy.
Praise the Lord!
So we're not reacting because we got the news in Austin.
Oh my goodness! That's so exciting! I gotta get a picture of this.
You want to touch it? It feels hard, right? Mommy's stomach is different. Okay, touch it. You want to say hi again?
Hi.
Say hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
And then your best friends. So this is gonna be you, and this is gonna be baby.
Baby's in mommy. Oh, it's mommy.
Yeah, it's baby right now. My special little guy. You're gonna be the best, biggest brother I've ever seen.
oh, hi Joe. Joe was out and now he's back. I was filming myself. And by the way, I need to talk about my new office. So this is my new set for our office, and Joe actually helped me put it together. Like he took one day and set up all the stuff, And this is in the basement. This is the little room that was kind of an alcove in the basement. And now I'm finally using it for the first time. And this is gonna be where I'm gonna be filming. There's a couple of different walls we use for sets. If you wanna see an office tour and just kind of the progress that I used to put it together, let me know in the comments and I can show that to you too for my little new set for when I do these kinds of talking head videos and vlogs with you. And it took me so long to jump back on the horse because of all of these medical problems I was experiencing, plus the extreme nausea, plus the fatigue, and I just wasn't in the mood and it didn't feel like my best self. As you can tell, my Bell's palsy is much better now. It's actually not 100%, so I don't know if you can tell or not. And I always tear in my eye. So this eye is chronically tearing. So if it ever tears in my videos going forward, you'll know why. And so I'm constantly putting like, you know, different medicines inside, but it's kind of uncontrollable. And then when I did talk to the ophthalmologist, he said that it's gonna take a few months to heal. Anyway, so that's kind of what we've been up to. And besides that, like, the baby is definitely like the hugest news of our lives. We're so happy, we're excited. Telling Lincoln was the best news and he was so excited too. Like, I don't know if he really knows what he's getting into, but for now he's always so sweet. He kisses my bump and talks to the baby and hugs me. What else has been going on? Oh, and also currently, which is so annoying, but we hope it gets resolved soon, especially by the time you watch this video. If not, then keep checking back. Our website, chefjulieyoon.com, the website that I've been lovingly nurturing for over 10, 15 years now, has been hijacked. It's been completely taken over by some weird like gaming, like gambling company. And we've been fighting on the phone to get it back and to restore all of our information and to make our security good, but it's still down. So Joe has been on the phone for hours every day. He's been like trying to talk and resolve it, trying to do all these things, but it's just not working. It's the first time it's ever happened to us in all these years. So of course it has to happen now, right? When I'm getting ready to get back onto the horse, right? If anything, what it actually helped me to do is to kind of value the fact that I had the website. You know, losing the website temporarily made me really appreciate it and be thankful for it and like know that I wanted it. Like, you know, I actually want to continue on, you know, putting information for you guys, sharing recipes, sharing life, vlogging, those experiences. And some of you guys, for some reason, have been finding our thrifting videos lately and writing great comments. So those are kind of things that we were experimenting with too when I wasn't cooking, when it's like life outside of the kitchen. And I can't believe that you guys are actually watching it and enjoying it. And so I feel like I'm finally finding my people, like the people who appreciate this kind of content. There's probably a lot more that I can't think. This is not scripted, so I'm probably gonna like be missing out a lot of things that we've been up to in the last 6 months. We'll be traveling, doing some last hurrah vacations before the baby comes, and then trying to go to the East Coast where I'm from, where my parents and my sister's family is, and you know, I want to see them again. I haven't been back because of the pandemic for over 3 years, maybe close to 4, and so it'll be really great to see them. And we're probably going to do a family trip with Joe's brother's family, who live in Korea, but they'll be here. So it's going to be a lot of fun family things, just enjoying the summer. So I don't know how much cooking content I can put up in between while we're just busy with life. I just really wanted to pop back on here and share exactly what's been going on and why we've been on a break. And you know, like the imposter syndrome part of me feels like, oh, you guys don't really like notice or care that I'm not on YouTube anymore. And so I wasn't on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anything, YouTube, shorts, stores, anything for 6 months. And now I'm starting to kind of like roll back into there because, you know, I know that you guys do care and you are wondering. I've had a couple of nice comments write to me, like, I even Googled you because I wonder what was going on. I feel like maybe some of you guys were worried that like something happened with me or Joe or Lincoln or something. No, nothing bad has happened. All good. The bad being like my health stuff, but like it's all relative because the baby's okay, you know, and I'm able to handle it and roll with it and adjust as I need. But back at it, I'm cooking all of our meals again. I'm adjusting to my new diet and yeah, just trying to start filming again. You guys are so much part of my life, especially the people who've been with us from the beginning, but even the new people who found us recently. You guys are you have such good hearts, honestly. The people who watch our videos, you guys are like solid people. So I hope I can do more of these like quick vlogs or more life vlogs, and even share the process of our, how it is going with the new addition to our family. Although I am a little nervous jumping from 1 to 2 kids, I always hear that transition's a little rough. But yeah, I'm thankful that Lincoln is also age that he is. The age gap is big enough that he actually can be a little bit more self-sufficient. So I think God in his wisdom knows, and that's kind of like what we needed in our lives, or what I needed. So as much as it was sad and there was like a long journey to get here, I am thankful for the timing. Even though being pregnant at 40 is no ride in the park. It's definitely hard, hard on my body, hard emotionally and mentally, but I am thankful. So yeah, that's it guys. I'm definitely pregnant hungry now, so I gotta go make my lunch. And this is the first time I'm filming in 6 months, so I'm sorry if I was tongue-tied, rambly, or like not clear in my thoughts. I tried my best, and energy-wise tried my best too. It does feel good to get back on here and talk to you guys. Also, if you haven't followed me on Skillshare over there, go find me on Skillshare because I have a couple of courses up, and I am a top teacher there. So now I'm gonna have to keep posting classes to remain a top teacher. So they are showing me some mercy, and they said that I can wait to post a new class until after the baby's born. But I do have some classes in my mind that I'm stewing on too. So make sure you follow me there, the socials, and subscribe. Check back on our website. Hopefully it's up, because that would be a crying shame. It's like 15 years of work like out the window with all these like hundreds of recipes if it's not restored, which I hope it will be. It's just been a while. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, but stay tuned because there's gonna be more coming out, like our gender reveal, like I promised, and like other things like my Bell's palsy journey, from gestational diabetes to like other hardships that we've been going through, but it's been all good for the most part. I'm truly, really thankful. And I'm thankful for you guys for sticking it out with us. And yeah, I feel like I have a lot of stuff brewing in my head, like more cooking content, more fun things. It's just a matter of how I can get it done. So at this point, it's a little bit, like I said, 2 months into the future from this video that you saw. So I'm gonna be due pretty soon, actually. So I'm gonna try to crank out these videos as fast as I can for you guys before I actually pop. But I'm gonna be due in about a month. It's crazy, yeah. So at this point, I'm like this future Julie talking, I'm more like 32 weeks pregnant. So exciting times. Anyways, I just wanted to say a little outro and say thank you for watching and being with us on our journey. If you can relate to any of the stuff that I talked about, please leave it in the comments below so that we can stay connected. I get to know you more better too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time. Bye.